Hello and welcome to Trailer Talk. We're your hosts, I'm Dora Grabkowska.
And I'm Barry Sandler.
And today's guest is a professional mountain biker chasing fun all around the world. The Queen of Crankworx 2024, a musician, a team manager and a videographer. Welcome, Martha Gill.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Stoked to have you, mate. We've got so many cool things to talk about, but can you just run us through your sort of early life, where you grew up and how you got into biking to start with?
Okay. Well, I was born in Bolton, just north of Manchester. Grew up in that area. And yeah, I can't remember not riding a bike, really. Yeah, my parents were both outdoorsy people, so yeah, we always went on like weekends to the lakes riding and like trips to France and stuff. So yeah, just always been riding. And then I was also highly competitive, did like all sports I could, and joined a cycling club, and actually ended up, they didn't even do that much mountain biking, but they did more road stuff.
Yeah.
So I got into road racing, and then I like went through almost all disciplines in biking, did road, cyclocross, track, XC, and then I did XC for a bit, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to the Olympics.
Nice.
I didn't. And then I discovered enduro. And then I did enduro for like a good while, a good couple of years.
Yeah.
I raced at EWS, and then eventually started doing a bit more Crankworx stuff. And yeah, been enjoying that the last few years.
Cool. That's so sick.
That's so sick. And you're also a musician. How did you get into music?
Yeah, we always had a piano in our house. My mum played the piano, so I guess I always played it. Well, I didn't always play it, but I started having lessons. Yeah, just really enjoyed it. And then in school, one time in like year 4, some people came in and they were like, "Who wants to learn the violin?" I was like, "Mum, please let me learn the violin."
You just like jump in at every opportunity to learn something new. That's so sick.
I remember my mum being like, "Well, why do you want to learn it?" You know, she was like, "Give me a good reason why I should let you." And I was like, "Because, you know, you can play it quiet, you can play it loud, and it sounds great."
I remember saying that.
Yeah. And then it was like many long years of...
Wait, you play violin as well?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a heavy screeching period. I remember my grandma was like, she was trying to not allow my parents to let me play it because she knew what it would be like for years.
Yeah.
And,
It was... I think it takes a long time to actually sound good. Like, I don't know what grade I am. Maybe like 4 or 5. And that's like, I feel like a decent grade to be at because it's 8 grades. But still, yeah, still can sound rusty.
yeah, for sure. I played for like my entire childhood until I left school at 18. And then I didn't play for a while. And every time I pick it up, it's rusty. Like, I know what I'm doing, but it sounds really bad.
Yeah, I tried to pick it up recently to play it again, and I've got like 1 or 2 songs that I'm like a bit more confident with and remember, but then, yeah.
That's so cool though, like having those two things hand in hand. I think it's a nice balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, then speaking of balance, like you've always seemed to, like even before I met you years and years ago, I like followed you on Insta and I was always watching your stuff, and you're obviously like an endurance athlete of different sorts, but then you're always like jibbing around and, you know, having that different like type of riding going on, which is super sick.
Yeah.
Is that something that's always been important to you, like sort of riding in every different way?
I don't know, I just enjoyed riding when I was younger. Like even when I raced road and stuff, I always rode mountain bikes anyway. I feel like the more jibbing sort of playing around, messing around sort of stuff came from when I was racing XC. There was a like European Youth Championships race that was like sort of the goal, but it was not just like one XC race. It had like multiple different little events. One of them was like flat pedal skills, and you had to put flat pedals on. You had to bunny hop like you had like 3 different stages of like doing bunny hops, and then like riding along a skinny plank.
Yeah, nice.
Doing a wheelie and picking up a bottle on the floor or something. I feel like I went through a phase where like after school every evening I'd like just go into the garden and practice wheelies. And
Cool.
just like, my goal for a long time was to be able to wheelie like the length of the garden. And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, I just enjoy it. I think I enjoy like learning new things and progressing, and yeah, I don't always like send the biggest jumps and do big tricks, but I kind of like to do like almost like lower risk, but like stuff that requires a lot of perseverance, you know?
So cool.
Yeah.
Because learning to wheelie is so hard. Like, I mean, you're like an
journey.
absolute master of wheelies, and that's something like, I don't know, through trying not multiple times, but multiple like stints of trying to wheelie that, and I still can't really do it at all.
I've never even tried. It's just the hardest thing ever.
I watched a lot of YouTube videos.
Sick. Well, then you just pick little kind of tips from each one, and you're like, yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, I guess.
Sweet.
And I just like practice. It's like a weird thing because it's not like you do it and then you've done it. You know, like if you're learning to backflip, you just do it and then you've done it.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, I can do a backflip.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like it's hard to track the progression because you like do it for 2 seconds and then you keep on like you don't realise you're progressing.
Yeah.
But I'd always have little spots like where I'd ride home, like I'd always ride home like a similar way and always like try and ride like wheelie from one lamppost to the next. And then all of a sudden you'd be like, oh, I did it, you know?
Like setting yourself like little challenges.
It's just the consistency.
Yeah.
For sure. That's really
So cool. So when did biking become your career? Did you have a 9-to-5 job before, and how did that transition happen?
Well, when I left school, I decided I had a offer for going to uni, but I decided to do a gap year. So I thought I'd just give the biking stuff a try. I was already riding for Marin UK at that point.
Yeah, cool.
And they were like giving me a little bit of support, but I worked in Tesco's for like a couple months to get enough money to be able to go to New Zealand, and then like did bits of racing. And then I think it was maybe that next year I moved from Marin UK to Marin Global, where I was then getting paid like a little bit more.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough to be, I think, to say I was like professional like full time, but I was also living with my parents, so not paying rent, and I think that helped massively in terms of like I didn't really have huge expenses other than when I try and go racing and stuff. But then after a few years with Marin Global and like getting other sponsors on board, eventually became a full-time thing.
sick.
Yeah.
So were you racing enduro at that time, like when Marin started hooking you up?
Yeah, I think I remember calling John. I think I'd just finished my last year in under 21s and won the like overall series for the under 21s for EWS.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. And then like, because you raced enduro for quite some time, right? Or like a while, and then you kind of made a transition to doing Crankworx.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty like
Random.
it's very different. Why did you do that in the first place? And then how did you kind of like make the switch in terms of riding and training and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. I feel like I always knew of Crankworx. I'd always watch like the slope style or like see stuff from like the other events whilst I race enduro. And I think I would do like the occasional Crankworx event. I think the first one was maybe in Whistler because there was an EWS in Whistler.
Cool.
And then that was like the first week of Crankworx. And then we could do, I think maybe I did the A-line race, or then I tried to do dual slalom, and then there'd be an EWS in Rotorua, which would also line up with Crankworx, and I'd do dual slalom.
Right.
So for a few years, I just like hit and miss, did a few events.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. At first I'd like try dual slalom and like qualify pretty poorly. I'd only managed to race one round and get knocked out, but I still really enjoyed it. And I think just over the time I started to realise that I enjoyed that more, but also realised I wanted to try and do better at it, but it was hard trying to race an enduro and doing it and not having like a specific bike for it. I feel like that was sort of holding me back. And then at the same time, I'd been racing enduro, like you said, for quite a few years. I'd raced it for 2 or 3 years in under 21s, and then for a good couple of years in elites as well. And I think I was just getting a bit tired of it, really. But
Sure. Keen for a change.
yeah, ready for a change. Wasn't really enjoying it that much. Yeah, I think I stopped when there was that one like savage season where they called it the Enduro Wet Series, and I'm pretty sure I like cried at every race. I was just like, time for a change. Savage trails, and I was just like, struggling to have fun, and I don't think it was.
Oh no.
Oh,
A visitor. Oh, Scarlett is back.
sweet. What was I saying?
So yeah, there's a savage jury season.
Proper. You're in a savage season, you cried a lot.
Yeah,
And you're just like, this is not the one.
I was gonna say something, but now I've forgotten it.
This
Should we rewatch the footage?
Rewatch. You get distracted with things.
It's always bees as well. That's not the first time a bee's thrown the whole bee.
There was a bumblebee in one of the episodes.
But it will come back to you.
It'll come back at the end of it after we've finished. But yeah, basically,
Yeah, so you're like,
I enjoyed.
you enjoy Crankworx, so you're like,
Crankworx
why not?
stuff more.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so how does Crankworx work? Could you explain the format? Because it's slightly different to enduro racing or just any typical racing.
I describe it to people who don't know about it at all as just like it's a mountain bike sort of festival. There's a week long, and it has loads of different events that are all different disciplines. And I race most of them. I basically do every event apart from slopestyle. And it's dual slalom, pump track, downhill, air DH. And yeah, I remembered what I was going to say. I was going to say that I felt like I was losing my competitiveness from when I was racing enduro. And then when I started doing dual slalom and was like head to head with someone else, I was suddenly like, whoa, that's really brought the fire back in me, you know? That's cool. It got me way more fired up. Even when I was like losing, I'd just be enjoying it.
Cool.
And I think that's why I'd eventually decided to make the switch.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like naturally just makes sense then.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's interesting because you're side by side with someone and not on your own, sort of like doing your race run.
Yeah.
So I guess that you physically feel like you're actually competing against someone.
Yeah. Like I think in enduro, especially when you have like super long stages, I'd just not be racing. I'd just like start riding and then just like going to like a zone where you're not like fully focused. You're just like la la.
Yeah.
It's dual slalom. It's like 30 seconds and you can always like have someone in your peripheral vision and it's just true full gas.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's hype actually, isn't it? Like racing against someone is like.
It is sick as well. And like pump track's the same obviously, but you're doing it on a pump track. It's cool when it's like a track where you like start together, you can see you're next to someone, but then it like sometimes peels off to the side and you can't see them, and you come back around the corner and you're next to them again and you're like,
What a roller coaster.
That's sick. Do you have, so obviously you do all these events at Crankworx and then the score of all of them gets put together at each round. Like there's 3 rounds each year, like 3 Crankworx stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so
last year there was 4 rounds because there was Innsbruck, Cairns, Rotorua and Whistling. But this year they don't have Innsbruck.
yeah, right. Yeah.
But yeah, you just get points from each race, and points from slopestyle go towards it as well.
Yeah, cool.
The only thing that doesn't count is whip-offs.
Right.
And yeah, I think so. But yeah, and then you just add the points together, and I guess the overall title goes towards the person with the most points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was doing lots of points calculating last year.
I bet. Was that your, obviously last year you won Queen of Crankworx, which was like a huge achievement. It's so sick.
Yeah.
But is that something you were like aiming towards for a while?
Like, not for that long, to be honest. Like, the year before, that was my first year where I was like, I'm going to do all the Crankworx events and just like give them a go and see what happens.
Yeah.
And that year I ended up second in the overall, which I kind of wasn't really expecting.
Yeah.
So I was pretty stoked on that and was just like, yeah, let's Try
Cool.
again next year and see what happens.
There's only one step up from there, isn't it?
Yes.
You know your maths.
One way we can go. And yeah,
That's cool.
we made it happen.
Did you have like did you have like sort of I don't know, but how did you do it basically? Like, did you have steps in place, or did you just like send as hard as possible and hope for the best?
I mean, it's like a big week of riding.
Yeah.
Like it's full on, it's hectic schedule, because like even just having the races is hectic, but like what the viewers don't see is that you're having to do practice and training and qualies and heats before even the live finals.
Yeah.
So you'd have
Oh, on the same days. And
sometimes the schedule always changes, but you could have like downhill practice in the morning, and then you'd have pump track practice into pump track qualies, and then the next day you'd have slalom practice, slalom qualies, but then you're downhill racing in the afternoon.
Wow,
So
that's
you got
so
to like
full on.
yeah, it's full on. So you got to be fit enough to handle that and recover quickly, but also be able to switch from the different bikes easily.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what I tried to do mainly, like with training, is just ride all my different bikes as much as possible, like just continuing to switch from one to the other throughout the week. And
Would you ride it in the same day? Like, would you switch between bikes?
sometimes,
day,
yeah,
just to
like
practice?
do like a trail ride in the morning, but then go and ride pump track in the afternoon. And especially when, like last year when there was speed and style as well, and I was trying to train for that as well, I'd do like downhill laps in the morning and then try my little tucks in the afternoon.
Nice. Yeah. Do you have like certain events that you're like, these are the ones I want to, like, I don't know, say podium at, and then a few that you're like, I just want to get consistent results? Or are you trying? Are you going for like?
I think well, I know like what my strengths and weaknesses are, and I've like definitely dual slalom's one of my favourite ones, and I started to, I think, do the best at dual slalom. One of my best results are from that. And my first ever Crankworx podium wasn't slalom as well. So I kind of, last year I always wanted to win dual slalom, but then downhill I never expected to have any good results. So I was just enjoying like the process of trying to do well. And I think I got third in Cairns, and I got third in the Garbo downhill in Whistler as well. So, and those
downhill girl.
those results, I was like almost more stoked on those than I was with my dual slalom wins, because I was like not expecting them, just enjoying the process. Whereas dual slalom last year, I was like putting more pressure on myself to be like, okay, this is not easy points, but I'm like, you should be winning this. So it's always more stressful.
You've got like an expectation. Yeah. Wow.
That's insane. And was there a strong female presence at Crankworx when you first did it, or is it something that you've seen develop over a certain period of time?
When I started watching it, and when I started like just doing the occasional races, I feel like it was always like Jill Kintner, Caroline, and Annika Burton. They were always like head to head. I feel like they were like, I had them on the top steps, and they were like my Crankworx idols, you know, and they were the people that I was always watching at the races. And then when I started to race against them, that was pretty cool. And then there's always been sort of up and coming girls at the same time. Like I think Geordie started like dabbling in Crankworx stuff at the same time I did, and now we've sort of become the girls that are doing it more consistently, doing it every round. And now there are other younger girls as well that are giving it a go. It changes with round to round as well, because there's not heaps of people, to be honest, that are like following the full series, but then there's always like local girls, and it's hard when the first two rounds are in Rotorua and Cairns, so you don't always get as many people from Europe. But then like Whistler, you always get more people and different people as well, which is pretty cool as well, to see different people at each round.
Yeah, definitely. Crankworx is cool. I think they've always supported women pretty well, and had like equal prize money and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it's super cool. And I guess when the EWS was part of Crankworx, that was my technically my first Crankworx podium when I was racing in under 21 for enduro. And I remember going up to the podium and did I get third? I can't remember where I got. But they called up a guy and then they called up my name. And I was like, oh, no, they're wrong because they're doing the guy's podium. Like, I'll just stay here. And then they kept on calling out my name. And then Katie Winton was like, Martha, you need to go to the podium. And I was like, oh, what? And I went up and I didn't realise it was like a shared podium. Because like the guys and the girls stand on the podium together.
I always see those pics actually. I'm like, everyone's on
We
there.
do it at the same time. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But I think that's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. They definitely value the women as well. And I think it's a good like community in Crankworx. Like you can talk to the organisers and like it's really healthy space, I think, especially
That's cool.
like compared to enduro when I left it.
Yeah. Enduro seems to have had like quite a few waves of sort of up and downs and
Ups and downs, yeah, for sure.
pretty hard sports. Like,
Yeah. I feel like it's on the up now though.
yeah, it's
Like
cool.
I just went to the Tweel last weekend to sort of support Brady and did a bit of mediaing. And they had that night stage.
Yeah.
And that was sick.
That
was
they were
actually
like
so
old school
good.
four-cross vibes.
Yeah.
They always had a four-cross race at night.
Yeah.
It looked sick.
I was a bit skeptical about it at first. I was like, because I was thinking of it from a rider's point of view, because they had to race and they did like 3 long stages and then they had to wait like 3 hours, have the dinner, and the last guy dropped at 10:30.
So it was at night.
It was super late,
Wow.
but they had it all lit up, and but there was. I think it helped because the downhill was there as well, but the crowds were sick. There was guys with chainsaws and like guys with flare out and everyone was going mad.
Did they have lights like on their helmets or bikes and stuff, or was it just really well lit up?
They had lights on the side of the track. I think it said there was like F1 technology or something. It's these special lights that won't create shadows. That's what the article said when it first announced it.
Did it create shadows? That's really interesting.
I think there were shadows, but it was, I think from what the riders said, it was actually all good.
Pretty,
Like, it had a hectic rock garden in it. It wasn't just like flat corners, it was kind of technical.
Doing the rock garden at night.
Next day, I just saw clips of people dying in this rock garden. It looked savage. But yeah, like from the rider's standpoint, it's pretty gnarly, I guess, to race all day and then chill and then race again at night. Some gnarly rock garden, of course. Do they enjoy it?
I think
people
so.
stoked on.
I think so. Yeah, I think they enjoyed it, and it's especially with enduro, you don't always like have a crowd, especially when you're racing like however high up. Yeah, you've some really random far out places, so it's always cool to have a crowd, and especially when it's like that.
Sick. So you're like filming some stuff out there, and that's something that you've done a fair bit of. Like you've done some cool, you've got some cool edits like of yourself riding, but then also you've like got amongst the other side of it, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Is that something that you just, I don't know, it's like again like a balance thing, isn't it? It's like alongside like the riding.
No, I've really like over the last few years started to enjoy it way more. I just got a camera for my birthday. I think it was my 21st birthday, and even before I had a camera, I just always enjoyed like filming stuff and making little videos, like just even for Instagram. And you can like scroll back on my YouTube, and I've got some kind of embarrassing videos, but it's like you can see I've like enjoyed filming it and editing it and stuff. But I really enjoy it. And then over the past, like recently, I've upgraded my camera, and because I guess I've like got lots of friends who are athletes as well, it's been cool to have a couple opportunities to be able to like work with them and like film some stuff for like their sponsors, and which is sick. And it's
And you went to Rampage as well to do the filming.
to film for Robin. That was sick. That was a crazy experience when it first came out that women were going to be going to Rampage. I was for sure like definitely thought the Robin obviously was going to go, so I was like, would you like me to be your filmer? I didn't know if she was going to want me or like want someone that was a bit more, I don't know, professional or something, but no, she was keen, so I went along, and it was sick. Pretty wild 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's sick because you got because obviously like really good friends. So like, I feel like Rampage is so intense and so like, it's a high stress environment. So having people there that you know and that you know are chill and are gonna like kind of
After it as well,
after
it as well, we talked, and it was like definitely, I think, way nicer to have someone that's like your friend and someone that you chill with, like instead of just some random person that's good at
with a really expensive camera,
following you around.
Because there's moments, obviously, it's like high stress moments as well. There's sometimes where I'd like, because I know Robin, I'd be like, okay, I'm not going to ask her for any words at the moment, you know. If you can see she's stressed, or if you know she's like having a good time and vibing, you're like, oh, tell me what's going on, you know.
And then because I remember being up the hill and you're like stood there with the camera and you're like, I know Robin's about to do something crazy, but because of like something she said to you beforehand. Yeah, because you know her, you knew that she was about to do some madness, so you're like there ready with the camera. She was
maybe it was when she was doing
I think she just said like, make sure you film this or something. You're like, she's gonna send it.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if she specifically said she was gonna do a flip for the first time on that jump, like mid jump. But like, yeah, you can see when she's like getting herself hyped up, and she's like super close with Emerson, her builder as well, and I think he was like up there hyping her up, and you can see her like getting ready to drop in, and she's like,
and you're like, okay, I can't miss this shot. Imagine you forgot to press record.
It's stressful. And then on the actual like comp day when she was doing her run, I'd like planned where I was going to stand. I was like, I'm going to use the long lens on the ridge so I can get the whole run. And when she was like getting ready to drop in, I was just like, very shaky. Like, it's so shaky. I was like,
heavy breathing in the back.
So stressed for her, like stressed for getting the shot, stressed for her riding down a cliff and like doing all the crazy stuff. And I think it worked out though.
Have you ever like missed a shot where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened? Or your
I feel like
because we've done that a few times already.
You won't see in the vids, but
yeah.
I mean, I definitely have. I definitely have messed up shots and stuff, but I feel like everything I've done so far has been pretty like not too high risk. Like I feel like Rampage is the main one where there's like only a few opportunities for certain shots, but
it's not like
other than that, I've not had too many other high pressure situations. But yeah,
they're so sick. And you did like an edit. I forget when like years ago, where you were like riding, and then you also like, did you compose a musical piece to go with it?
Yeah, that was
so cool.
Yeah, the one with Deity. That was it was quite a while ago actually.
Yeah.
It was like an idea I'd had for a while, and I just started working with Deity, and I think I tried to like mention it to a few other brands, but none of them were that keen. And then I like sort of pitched it to them, and they were down for it. But yeah, it was just an idea I'd had for a while that I'd come up with this piece just on the piano, and wanted to film some riding with it. Cool. So yeah, I've worked with Jim Topless on that, and he did a really good job of capturing all of it. As like, we filmed it up in Torridon in Scotland. They're super
epic scenes.
sort of cinematic and epic, and I really enjoyed
the perfect scene for like classical music piece.
Yeah.
So cool.
Did you compose the music first and then film it, or was it the other way around, or like alongside?
I composed the piece before we started filming. I was just thinking whether I'd composed it before I thought of the idea of filming. I can't remember that. But yeah, I had the piece already, and I think I'd maybe like done a little phone recording, and like, so Jim knew what it was, and we kind of knew the vibe we were going for, that sort of like epic, like mountain adventure sort of thing. And there's like one time in it where I get out a tent, and like it looks like I'm doing like a little overnight trip, and like that worked really well with a certain part of the music where it went like quiet, and then it like built up again, sort of thing. Cool. But,
that's boss.
Yeah, and I was like quite a few years ago now, and then since then I stopped being sponsored by Deity, but then just this year I've started working with Deity again.
Nice. So there's another part coming out soon with a violin.
Well, yeah, I've wanted to do like a sequel to it for ages, and it's just not. I don't know. It's not worked out in the last few years. But then since I've been back with Deity this year, I was like, it's got to happen.
It's coming.
So definitely.
Yeah, I've been working on a piece and just on the piano, but I wanted to make it a bit different and incorporate the violin. So I have attempted to add the violin, which is a whole new different thing.
Yeah.
Trying to like orchestrate multiple instruments together, but
Maybe you should do a collab.
Oh. I mean, I need a bit of practice. Give me a year.
Oh, you posted a video, or Sam posted a video of him like rapping to you.
We just had it random the other night.
It was sick. I was like, yes.
I got my violin for the first time in like 10 years. And then, because I brought it to the UK with me, I was like, I'm going to play this loads. I just haven't been. But yeah, we cracked it out, and then he doesn't have an instrument. And he's like, I was like, you have to use your voice. He's like, because he can freestyle pretty good.
That's cool.
But then
freestyling.
Yeah.
he wasn't. We ended up doing like some like a chorus of like a Wu-Tang song and like random things like that. It's so much fun.
So cool. Sick.
Yeah.
I enjoy that when you're just like, you can play music, and especially with other people, you can just like bounce off each other. Like I used to be in an orchestra.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's like,
Nice.
I don't know, it felt nerdy, but I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
And
It's
you just
so
like
good, isn't it?
with other people and everything that comes together.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
really moving
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such an amazing feeling. Like, everyone's in tune with each other. It's like linking together.
Yeah.
Did you play the piano or the violin?
In the orchestra, the violin.
Yeah. So
Yeah. But yeah.
first
Yeah, I only
violins,
ever played the
no.
piano just on my own.
That's cool.
Yeah. I play the drums as well.
Nice.
I learned.
You have to add that into to the edit.
and the guitar.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, I got the drums when it was lockdown, when it was COVID, and we were just stuck in one place. I was like, this is my chance to learn the drums.
And you're like, I've not learned enough hobbies yet, so I gotta find something new.
So I bought some electric drums and just smashed it out, and it's like the first time I've ever got into rock music. I found like a YouTube channel where I learned to like read the music, and I found a YouTube channel where you can play along, and like plays in your ears, and you can just like smash away, and it's really satisfying.
That sounds so fun.
It's actually really fun.
Do you still dabble ever? Like,
They're at my parents at the moment, but obviously you can't like. I do a lot of traveling around, and you don't really live in one place, so it's hard. But I can play them for a bit. But yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Deity event.
Yeah.
It's cool that they support that kind of thing, 'cause it's so unique and so unique to their content as well.
Yeah, no, they're super into it and like passionate about it as well, and yeah, I like it.
They've done a lot of work promoting women in the sport as well. And speaking of that, you have done quite a lot of work promoting other women and also supporting women and getting women into sport. And you were involved in the Gowaan girls as well. Could you tell us how that came about and what was the idea behind it?
Yeah, I think when we started Gowaan, we didn't know where it would go, and we didn't think it was going to turn into what it did. We just started a page on Instagram because we enjoyed riding bikes together and just like messing around and being silly and having fun. So we thought we'd start a page. I think we sort of called it Go On because that's like what you say to each other, and we'd find each other taking videos and be like, go on, you can do it, go on, send it. And yeah, Go On was born, and it just sort of developed, honestly. We started just posting videos of us enjoying riding bikes together. A lot of times like kind of making a fool of ourselves, like crashing and whatever. A lot of times Bex would be like, do you think I could do this? And I'd be like, yeah, send it. They're made for good content. But yeah, I think people just really enjoyed it. I think it was at a time where there wasn't heaps of like content of like female riders like in the industry at all. So I think it took off really well, and then made some t-shirts and then started doing the festival, did a women's only like mountain bike festival, and and that was really successful, and we did that for a few years. But yeah, it was really cool to be a part of, and like seeing how many people are actually like inspired, and women be like, or people just shout, "Go on" at you, and they're like, "Oh, I love what you're doing," and it's kind of funny because you're like, "I'm just doing what I'm doing, and sharing it." But yeah, so
That's cool though. I felt like that was when you guys started that up. That was kind of at a time in the, I don't know about the global scene, but in the UK, like women's mountain bike scene, there like needed some things to bring people together.
Yeah, it wasn't a heap happening.
Yeah. And since then, it's just like, it's mad how much is going on and how many girls are shredding and doing events, doing comps, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, props to you guys. It's sick. And then you've got like a sort of new venture as of this year.
Yes.
With Lucid. Can you tell us about that? Because that's so sick and we need more info basically.
Yeah, so obviously parted ways with Gowaan at the end of last year. Was it last year? Yeah, the end of last year. And I sort of knew I wanted to go my own way, start something new and create something I was passionate about, and Lucid was born. I spent a long time thinking about the name and the logo. I sort of knew I wanted to create I don't know if company or brand is the right word, but a thing, you know?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
But I ended up with calling it Lucid, and I like that because it's like, you know, when you're lucid dreaming, it means you dreaming, but you can like control your dreams.
Yeah, cool.
And yeah, I was like, I like that. I want to inspire people to take control of their dreams.
Nice.
You know, and if you believe you can do something, then you can do it. That's all you need, really. But yeah, I've got a few different sort of routes and aspects I want to do with it and take it. Some stuff's more long term, but at the moment the main focus has been like the team, the Crankworx team, and I actually started that last year. But yeah, I decided to do that because it was just like there wasn't really anything happening in the Crankworx scene, and when I started racing I was like, this is really hard work for me to manage myself for a whole week. Like doing all these races, coming back, you're so knackered. You've got like four or five bikes to maintain. And then you got to feed yourself and sleep and all that jazz.
That's a hectic.
And I thought there's like downhill teams and enduro and XC teams. Why aren't there like Crankworx teams that support Crankworx riders? So that was this sort of how that started.
Cool.
And yeah, so we've got Jaden on the team who he already rode for maroon bikes, so that sort of like fell into place nicely, and he was racing Crankworx stuff, and he's super cool and very, very talented on bike, obviously. So
and he's a Kiwi, isn't he?
Yeah, cool. He's from New Zealand. And then this year we also brought Janelle on board, and this year, like last year, I kind of dipped the toes in with starting the team, and this year I've gone like way more all in on it, and I really wanted to bring another rider on board this year, and I wanted it to be like preferably like a young girl, like up and coming rider that I could sort of help out and sort of pass on my experiences I've had, you know, because I've done lots of different racing now, and I feel like I've got a bit of experience to pass on and sort of like help mentor someone and guide them or whatnot. And that ended up being Janelle.
Cool.
Nice.
She's so sick.
Yeah, she was here for Black Hat Battle.
Incredibly talented rider. Such a cool person.
Insane how good she is.
How'd you meet? Did you meet her and then sort of?
Yeah, I met her maybe last year or 2 years ago at Hannah Bergerman's Hang Time event.
Yeah, cool.
So I knew of her from then, and sort of I actually saw her last year in Innsbruck at the after party. It was just like Rugi, and then she's like, Martha, do you remember me from Hang Time? I'm like, Janelle, yeah.
And that was it. She has a thing for parties. Like last time at the Black Hat Battle party, she was like, Dora, so I'm half Polish, and she started speaking Polish to me at the party, and I was like, what is happening? Are you speaking Polish to me?
That's really so rare from like someone that that side of the world as well.
That was really cool.
Yeah, but then after that, after that, I sort of like I had a little stalk of her on Instagram, and I was like, yeah, she's pretty sick. And I thought it was cool that she'd come out to Innsbruck and was like making an effort to do races and events and like try and do well at stuff. And then saw her again in Whistler last year, and she got fourth in dual slalom. Took out Joe Kinder.
What, like actually took her out?
No, Joe crashed. But yeah, no, that was cool to see her like enjoying riding.
Yeah, cool.
She didn't actually take her out.
You never know in slalom, you might like, get like,
You never know. Maybe she like gave us some head talk at the top or something. But yeah, no, she's just a real good vibe.
Yeah.
And so yeah, started talking to her and was like, here's what I'm trying to do with the team. Would you be interested? And yeah, she was down for it. And obviously she's a bit more free-ridey, but I kind of like that. I don't really want to label. I kind of like, I'm still like obviously at the beginnings of Lucid and working everything out, and I think I don't want to label the team as Crankworx only race team. Yeah, it's like a Crankworx freeride fusion sort of team at the moment. I just enjoy supporting those two guys and creating a little team for us, and supporting them at what they do, and especially because I think that's something else I thought as well, is it'd be cool to support freeride athletes and have them sort of on a team, because it's not something you see often.
For sure. That's something I've thought a lot about, because it's just an individual sport. There's no teams, and it's very like you're to your own devices of, sorting sponsorships or getting yourself around the place.
So like traveling, you have to always sort out everything and how to get to places.
Yeah, and obviously the events are different.
Yeah, I guess you have like groups of like the group of people that do the events and like friends, and they end up traveling together and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But there's still a side of it that would be really cool to have more of like a team environment, I think. From like people who are experienced or who know what they're up to. So yeah, that's really sick. It's so cool to see that go down.
Yeah.
Do you still do some of the Crankworx, or do you just support your team?
No, I've been racing Crankworx this year. Still got like my personal goals as an athlete, as well as like stuff I want to do with the team. But yeah, been racing this year. I sort of wasn't really aiming to go for the overall again this year, because I was pretty happy with winning last year, and I wasn't really sure what I was going to do this year, but I knew I didn't want to do speed and style again, so I was like, I'm not going for the overall. That's not good. And then they took out speed and style, and then I did, and then I was doing all the events again suddenly, so it kind of felt like I was going for the overall, and it's because even though I won last year, it was still kind of stressful. In some ways, it kind of took the fun out of it for me. Sure. So I wanted to just make sure I enjoyed it more this year. But then I had a crash in Rotorua and separated my shoulder. So that kind of like stunted my any sort of, I don't know, goals for like trying to do well at the events. And I'm just trying to like refocus on just enjoying them for what they are and enjoying biking in general,
Yeah, cool. Yeah. That's so important, I think. It's so easy to get. Yeah.
And also you have so much going on as well, so it's like I'm trying to sort of like get my head around how much you're actually doing, and trying to understand, like, do you have a routine? Do you have like a certain routine, or do you kind of like get into something for a certain amount of time and then get onto something else? How do you juggle everything? How do you like manage all of these different things that you do?
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of busy and being pulled in different directions. It feels like it is hard to juggle and manage. I think I like get stuck into one thing and like follow that like for a bit and go all in on that, and then you're like, oh wait, I need to do this and I need to do that. And at the start of the season I tried to be really organized and like booked all the like accommodation for the year and stuff like that, and I was like, organised. I'm a great team manager.
Respect.
But then like as the season goes on, like some things like fall through. I feel like I'm constantly like messaging different people and doing emails and whatnot.
You must have a lot of like communicating between.
Yeah.
and, like, yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of enjoy that aspect of it as well. I don't mind doing like the booking stuff and logistics. I kind of like trying to find good deals.
Nice.
I'm a deal hunter.
You're a born manager.
But yeah,
Did you ever like collect coupons and stuff?
no.
That's like next level bargain hunting.
I've got an Amex card and I've been collecting for air points. I've never spent them on yet. Air miles, yeah. So
You gotta give some tips on that because I'm so bad. Like I've been flying. For
it's so
many years.
confusing, but yeah,
Yeah.
we can talk about
Anyway,
it
yeah.
off camera.
Yeah.
You don't need to hear that.
Anyway, yeah. That's so sick. Yeah, you're like, yeah. Lots
But
of
yeah,
things going on.
it can be kind of stressful and trying to like manage the riding and like the racing and stuff. And I find it hard if there's like stuff on my mind that I need to do that's more like admin orientated. I find it hard to like go out and ride and go out and train whilst I've got that stuff I know I need to do. Like sometimes I just have days where I'm like, I just try and do like all my admin and then I can actually like do some training and I feel way more relaxed. Otherwise it just like kind of gets stressful and like, I'll just ride home now because just send this email.
Yeah.
You know?
Like you're out riding and you just like admin like in your head, know what you've got to do. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Lots of to-do lists.
Yeah. Do you like a list? I love a list.
Yeah, love a list.
Couldn't live without a list.
I love a list and a notebook and
Nice.
you know.
Nice. Actually, Lucy Van Easter, I'm not sure, maybe Janelle as well, but the other day, well, at our backyard battle, I was like writing things down on my list and they're like, no way, you write like by hand? What? I was like,
You don't type on your phone?
Look at me like I'm a full dinosaur. Nah, she was just like, whoa, like, that's so old school. I was like, I have to do it.
I like writing things by hand on the list because then you can cross it off. It's so satisfying.
Yeah.
It's like the most satisfying part of
It's just different thing because I grew up just writing by hand.
Yeah.
Especially the type of school I went to was like no computers, no electronic stuff.
They do make you feel a bit old sometimes. Like Janelle with all the, like, I don't know, I feel like at heart I still feel like I'm 18. But then since like hanging out with her more and she like comes out with these words, I'm like, I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know, start just be like, I get why my parents are so like, they just don't like get it. It's such old words and stuff.
It's funny though. Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, humbling. It's sick. It's so sick to that you're doing bits to like get the next gen
Yeah.
dialed in because it's such a bright future for them.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, no, I've been enjoying it. Yeah, and excited to see like where it all goes as well. Like, yeah, I've got a few different things I want to do, and I want to incorporate the like how I enjoy like the filming stuff. I want to sort of incorporate that with Lucid as well. I've got some ideas for that, but it's just rolling it all out and managing it, like you said. Like literally since I've started Lucid, at the end of the last year, I was sort of like starting plans for it, and I've been trying to get some t-shirts and some merch, and I've still not got them because I'm very slow at getting it done, and I've been trying to like prioritize quality and stuff, and it's just taking a long time, and then forget about it and then remember it. And
It's just the amount of things sometimes when you have to do so many things, you just prioritize other things, and when things get pushed down to the bottom of the list, they sometimes never get done.
For sure.
until it's suddenly like
urge embarrassing, you just need to get it done.
you need to fly the next day and you realise you haven't got a rental vehicle or something. But yeah.
Merch is like fun to work on when you've got time, though, I think.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, like I really enjoy like just drawing and doing that sort of stuff. And the amount of times I've like travelled to places, like when I went to Lithuania last weekend, I was like, I'll take my little book that I'd like do some drawings in, I'll take my pencil case, and it's going to be a nice little holiday, I'll do this. But I just got too busy and I never
Do you find it like harder working on your own projects as well? Because when I do like merch designs for the clients, it's a lot easier. But when I was doing some merch designs for Trailers Walk, it was like, it needs to be perfect. Like, and I just get stuck in this like mindset where it has to be done perfect. So then I can't start because I get in my head too much.
Yeah. It's like too personal, too
Yeah,
close to home.
exactly. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I'll just get it done.
Yeah.
Start drawing it.
I don't know. It's always the hardest to start, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you like, you almost have like too many ideas, but then you can't quite grab what the idea is. But yeah, I feel like once I've started, I'll like. Sometimes I just need to like get into the swing of something, and then I'll like spend the whole day looking at Illustrator, being like, like tweaking little things.
Yeah.
And with stuff like the design stuff, I'll do at drawing and then try and put it on Illustrator. But I've just taught myself how to use it, and I definitely don't really know how to use it. And there's so many like layers and paths and things that shouldn't be there, things that don't work together, but I've like drawn over them. So everything takes me like way longer than it should do for someone that probably actually is a professional graphic designer or something, you know. So I can give you some tips.
When I first used Photoshop, first time ever when I was at uni, I remember like I didn't get it at all, and I think I had like 30 layers just for like one image that I was trying to cut out. I had no idea what was going on. But then I was like, once you get into it, and YouTube is great for like Googling like just some tutorials, and then you go on YouTube and just watch tutorials. And I definitely don't really know everything about Illustrator. And sometimes I'm stuck and I keep finding like new hacks and new ways of doing things. Yeah. And also the programs that keep evolving. So it makes it easier for you as well. So like you got to kind of like stay on top of it and learn the new features and stuff. And honestly, it's like incredible what you can do.
Yeah, for sure.
All of the Adobe programs.
It's cool to have those like that. It's nice to have that stuff that I'm like become more interested in over the years and like more passionate about. And it's something like I would really want to do like a course at some point, like even just like an online course or something, like how to actually properly use these different programs and whatnot. But I just haven't found time.
I think if you learn one, then you just learn everything else because they're very intuitive. So I think I've learned Photoshop first, and then I've learned Illustrator on my own as well because I didn't study graphic design, and I just started learning like. And once you learn that, then it's so easy because the tools are like very similar in different programs. So it's like just very intuitive.
Yeah, I'll get that one day.
That's cool, something to work on.
Yeah.
You've been like, how long have you ridden for Marin for?
This is now my 11th year.
Wow,
crazy. Yeah, last year was my 10th
cool.
year. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I started with Marin UK. I got onto them because you know Tracy Moseley.
Yeah.
I just started racing enduro, and she was sort of doing a bit with the XC team at the same time. So I actually met her through XC.
Nice.
And then she encouraged me to try and start enduro. And then one day she just rang up out of the blue and was like, "Oh, I know these guys, and I know that Marin's UK are looking for a girl on their team. Do you want to be a part of it?" I was like, yes.
Oh, no way.
I'd literally just gone from an XC bike to an enduro bike, and we'd just bought a new enduro bike for me from a local bike shop, and I'd had it like a few months, and then I started riding for Marin. So it's the only bike I've ever ridden.
That's insane.
Yeah, but it's sick though. Like I'm super stoked with them.
Such a cool brand.
Yeah.
I'm so doing them. Yeah. And they've come such a long way. I don't know, that freeride bike hybrid or downhill bike they have is so sick.
Yeah, like it's cool to see, because I have been with them for that long. Yeah. Seeing like how their bikes have evolved, how the brand has, and how like people's view of them and their reputation has changed as well, and that sort of thing. Yeah. It's just sick.
They got up to Oldale as well, grafting.
Because listening.
Tracy Moseley she's done so much for like kind of bringing so many amazing like women riders up who are now just smashing it, like you.
Yeah, like sure.
I don't know, people like Evie, Riches and Hattie. Yeah.
I think she was just super passionate about helping up and coming riders and trying to like encourage that scene in the UK for women, like you said. And yeah, I think she was just always encouraging riders. Like when I started enduro, because she has like her team called Timo Racing. She had a few riders on that. I was never on her team, but she was like, "Oh, I sold some t-shirts." And she gave me a little envelope of like £200 and was like, "Here, like put this towards your race entries and stuff."
So cool.
Which is really cool. Like, and super helpful as well when you're at that stage in your career. But yeah, she's always been super helpful and like a big part of the like community and racing, and a big role model for me. And I think that's part of it as well, why I want to try and help up and coming riders as well. And I really appreciate what she did for me, and I'd love to be able to be that person for someone else as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice.
That's so amazing.
So nice.
Honestly, that's so wholesome.
Yeah, like a butterfly effect. Like helping each other out. Yeah, that's so cool.
That's so sick. Yeah. And then, like, you know, pass that vibe on to you, and then I'm sure continue to get passed on. That's so cool. Yeah. Nice, mate. Sick. Love your work. Excited to see what you do in the future. Because now Lucid as well. Hyped to see where that develops and see your ideas come to life.
Yeah. Excited to see what new hobby you'll pick up.
How many instruments will I be playing in 10 years?
Actually, just quickly, one thing that was insane. I don't know if you still bust out, but like, you'll be on those, what they call the rollers.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, like, psych.
Yeah.
People train on, and then you like play the violin whilst on them, right?
Oh yeah,
that's tech. What? That's something I can do both of those things separately. Like,
have you tried riding rollers before?
Just not with the violin though. Just rollers. It was so hard. Like when I used to race down, and I did a bit. I was like, maybe I should train like pros do and stuff. So I don't know, found some rollers off someone. Yeah. So hard to balance.
And so you were playing the violin whilst riding?
Just like on the rollers, like pedaling and then playing a violin. Insane.
I feel like that really helped my Instagram take off. You know? I remember posting that and like, geez, well, because like when I was racing XC and stuff, I don't know, they were big into like you got to be good at your skills and stuff. And we'd have like, I'd do like training camps and like we'd go to training sessions and stuff. And obviously they use rollers a lot for like the track when you're like warming up and cooling down, and use them for like training sessions and stuff. And we'd have sessions where they'd be like, oh, try and ride one-handed, or like no hands and 1 foot, and like all this sort of stuff. And like, I'd always see like the boys would just be like messing about, and the boys could like jump onto the rollers, like hop on and like hop off and like all this stuff. And I always like wanted to be as cool as the boys because I thought I was cool.
That's cool.
So I made this video. I made like a longer version on YouTube where I like did all my roller skills and like riding no-handed with 1 foot as well.
All the things you can do, like
jump on and jump off. It's got music on it as well.
Sick.
And then I was like, why not play the violin? And then GCN shared it, and I was like, yes.
Really?
I've made it big time.
That is amazing. Mate, sick.
Yeah.
That's probably like super good training as well for focus and like balance,
motor
and
coordination.
Because you see a lot of race teams now do like some crazy training prep before the race.
It's like action hill, the downhillers, like Barton May's videos, and then
catching the things.
And that's so funny.
You're OG, like just playing violin, just, you know, casually.
I've always wanted to do it like actually on the road, like riding along on the road and playing it, but I feel like you almost like, I don't know, need to do it on an airport or like a closed road.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to risk cars.
Yeah. Just road ride it pretty gnarly to start with, isn't it? Well, maybe like, I don't know, Crankworx 2028 we'll see like Team Lucid at the top warming up with their like little fiddles and rollers. Look forward to it.
Yeah. It'll be
sick, mate. Cool. Big out yourself.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And we can't wait to see where Lucid takes you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Nice one. Thank you very much.